All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we actually have the one and only, we got the legendary 350 of Facemob right here live on the line. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. Cleveland, Ohio, in the building. Somewhat.
I gotta say, you know what? I gotta say, it's definitely an honor, man. I gotta say, I love technology, just the fact that we can actually do interviews like this. You know, you out there in Cleveland, we're out here in Prescott, Ontario. You know, God bless the internet. That's all I gotta say.
Shout out to Prescott!
But 350, I know you're a very busy individual, so I'm going to dive right into this broadcast, but I want to take you back to the beginning of your iconic career this far, and I have to ask, what originally made you decide to become a hip-hop MC, because you are so gifted and talented at what you do?
Oh, well, thank you so much for that. You know, it's not me. It was just a gift. Like, everybody has their gift, so I think, you know, God gave me this gift, and I don't take no credit for it. I'm just glad I heard the calling. I, you know, accepted the message and was like, okay, I'm ready for it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what I was doing.
And also, as well, I actually read that at the very beginning of your career, at a local hip-hop concert, you actually approached the one and only Scarface of the Ghetto Boys and actually persuaded him to actually listen to one of your demo tapes. I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners the story behind that eventful night. And, of course, how long did it take him originally to contact you after you gave him the tape?
Well, you know what? I was in the VIP section. I saw his brother, Warren Lee. And, you know, my homegirl was like, she wanted his autograph. So, you know, I just went up to Face and was like, she wants your autograph. And so Warren Lee was like, well, you want one too? And I'm like, no, because I rap, you know. And he's like, okay. I'm like, I'll rap for your brother. And he took me over there and I spit like one line. And as soon as I, like, got the line out, Face was like, wrote his number down and gave it to me. And then I'm like, oh, here's my tape. So he's like, all right. And then he called me. I don't know how long. I think it was like maybe the next couple of days. And it only took a couple months, and then I was in Houston doing my damn thing.
I gotta say, it's definitely amazing how just like one night can definitely change the fate of your entire life. You know, it just actually shows. Never stop dreaming. You never know. You missed 100% of the opportunities that you don't take.
Right, you know, and I was ready. I had battle rapped. I had did so many shows. You know, I just had been grinding, and that was my profession to me. You know, I was a teenager and I worked regular jobs, but I was like, I'm a rapper, you know.
And also, as we already know, Scarface formed the hip hop group titled Facemob, but that of course you're a member of. But I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a story behind this group, and of course, what originally made Scarface bring yourself and the rest of the guys together for this legendary group.
Well, when I first went down there, we were just, like, in line. You know, I met Devin the Dude. I met DMG, Shy Ray. And we were just all in line waiting to do our solo albums, although DMG had his out already. And we just went on tour with the Ghetto Boys. And eventually, he just was like, hey, I'm doing this group. You know, you want to be in a group? I'm like, who's in the group? He's like, me, DMG. I'm like, hell yeah! I was like, I want to be in a group with Scarface and the rest of the guys, but we were strangers, and it just seemed to work out perfectly, although I'm not going to lie, you know, it was a decision I had to make really quick between Biggie had offered me a record deal with Biggie's Angels, me, Kim, and Charlie, and Face offered me Facemob, and at the time, you know, I just went with Face because you know, it was just more a fit for me, you know, at the time. So that was a quick decision, but I don't regret it.
I gotta say as well, you know, if someone like Biggie Smalls, especially back in the 90s, comes your way, you know, I think any hip-hop artist in your shoes definitely would have went that route, because after all, it's Biggie frickin' Smalls, you know what I mean? Bad Boy Records.
Well, it was just Biggie had only Juicy out. Face had so many albums, and the Ghetto Boys, and, you know, Hand of the Dead Body. It was just, you know, Never Seen a Man Cry. So it was just more or less like, I think I'm going to go with Facemob, you know, and I took a chance, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm the mob. It fits me. It is what I've been going through my whole life. You know, it's real. So it just can only be that real. I don't know if the Biggie's Angels would have worked out. It's great.
And also, so before we actually jump into the Biggie Smalls, Faith Evan days, I got one last question pertaining to the Facemob, where you guys actually released the 1996 album, The Other Side of the Law. I gotta say, one of my favorite albums to ever come out of Rap-A-Lot Records. But I have to ask, could you tell us a bit more about that iconic record? And of course, what was it like just being in the studio, putting it together with the rest of the members of Facemob?
Yeah, well, it was, like I said, we were strangers put together to be in this group. So, just working together, we all wanted to do our best to make sure that this album, reflected every state, from Ohio to Florida to Chicago to Minnesota. We were all in Houston, so Smitty, was in the group too. So we just all worked on it, and it was a great feeling. Like I said, we were young, we were strangers, but we were all on the same goal as to not make Face look bad. And then, what I mean, we behind Scarface, so you gotta come with the roughness. And then being the only female, I definitely had to prove, to these guys and to the world, like I'm meant for this. Meant to be.
And also on that phenomenal record as well, you actually had the one and only Jay Prince as the executive producer as well, and another iconic figure within the hip hop community.
Yeah, shout out to Rap-A-Lot and Jay Prince, and they gave me my chance and my shot, and I thank them for that because I worked hard and I didn't want to give up on my dreams, and they just helped me pursue some of the things that I was trying to do, like reach the masses and get people to know who I am as an artist. And it was a great, it was a great ride. I appreciate the Ghetto Boys. Shout out to them, Willie D, rest in peace, Bushwick Bill, then Rap-A-Lot and Virgin Records, New Tribe. Like, we just had a lot going on with the movie soundtrack, and everything happened so fast. So it was a good thing.
And also, as well, in 1996, you were actually featured on the Ghetto Boys album titled Resurrection on the song Hold It Down. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about that collaboration, and of course, what was it like just working alongside the late, great Bushwick Bill?
Oh, Bushwick. I got some Bushwick Bill stories. Bill was wild, but you got to love him. He really pushed me because, he was telling me a lot right before I recorded the song. He was just going in for 2 hours, like just Bill just drilling me on everything, and how it was an honor. So I just put my heart into that verse, and I hear a lot of people who are locked up was like, that, your verse just really got me through. A lot of people that felt that, that whole ghetto, that mentality, that vibe, or that experience, because, it's not a gimmick, it's real. So I was talking real, and they was feeling it, and I'm glad that they were able to feel it, and I'm glad for that opportunity. Hold It Down, game type for life,
And I got to ask as well, because obviously you spent a lot of amazing days and nights in the studio with the Ghetto Boys, on tour, like you said as well. And I have to ask, what is one of your most fondest memories you shared with the late great Bushwick Bill?
Oh, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this or not, but, hey, it's my experience, it's my life. But still, he held me at gunpoint one time, But that was Bill. He eventually, it wasn't like, it was just, that's how Bill was. And, it was a good thing because he eventually came back around. But at the time, I'm like, oh, my God, he is real crazy. Like, but I guess that was a thing that you'll never forget, and Bill was a good dude. So that's one of my experiences, like, well, he actually helped me twice at gunpoint, but that's the type of mob life I was living, He's not the first person. Hopefully the last, though.
I have to ask as well, like obviously, like during those two situations, was he joking around, just playing around with the gat, or like is he literally being like gunpoint?
Oh no, it was not playing. No, that was some serious situations. They were serious.
And I gotta say, I definitely believe that because I've listened to other interviews and whatnot, and I've heard stuff like him and Scarface used to, I think it was him and Scarface used to fight. No, sorry, him and Willie D used to fight all the time and get into fistfights and whatnot.
Oh yeah, Bill was real. we got over that, so.
Hey, but I gotta say, definitely rest in peace to the late great Bushwick Bill. Such a phenomenal MC. I still can't believe he's gone. Like, such an amazing guy.
Yeah. He used to be like, three. He used to be like, Bill. But he was cool, yeah, rest in peace, Bill. And you know, Big Mello, because Big Mello was with Rap. I'm not sure if you know, but he got me with DJ Screw. So my first, like, I got Screw, like, did the remix to Funk With Your Mind with Big Mello, and that was my first experience being chopped and screwed by the DJ Screw, rest in peace. So that was a great opportunity, and that was before I got on with the Facemob. But like I said, I went down to Houston. I was down with a lot of people down there. You know, shout out to everybody, the Odd Squad, and all those people who were down before the Facemob kind of, you know, did our thing.
And also, as well, going back to like the Faith Evans and Notorious B.I.G. days, you actually had the opportunity to go on tour with them as well. And I have to say, can you tell our listeners a bit more about that tour? And of course, as you said, it was very early on in Biggie's career, like he had just Juicy out and whatnot. So what did the other cities actually think of Biggie's performances on the cities you hit outside of New York?
You know, I can just tell you we did a couple days with Biggie, but I actually met Biggie in June of '94 in Cleveland, and I had a Big Mike Something Serious Rap a Lot t-shirt on, and that's how that Flavor of Your Ear was inspired when he said not from Houston, but I rap a lot. That's because me and Biggie had met, and I had the shirt on, and me and Biggie became friends. So when we were on tour, it was just like boom, boom, boom. Like everything was moving so fast that, you know, I didn't really get a chance to just hang out and see their reaction, but I do remember him on the promo tour in June of '94 to where he was when we were on tour. Like, we were on big stadiums, you know. Then he just blew so fast. Like, everybody blew up so fast, you know what I mean?
And especially being so early on in your career doing stadium shows, that's absolutely crazy, especially back in the 90s, because back then a lot of individuals, wouldn't say a lot, but outside of hip-hop, so many people were against hip-hop. You had a lot of activists trying to actually get the records off the shelf, so just the fact that you guys were selling out stadiums is just phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you know, that's all, you know, Scarface and Rap a Lot and how they booked us. You know, it wasn't just Biggie. It was Bone. We were on tour with Bone, Biggie, Too Short, Luke, Uncle Luke. So we did it was a big thing. It was over 100,000 people out there at some stadiums, you know, and they got a chance to see the Facemob. So that was the experience.
And also as well, one of my favorite collaborations that you actually did was actually with the one and only Mad Hatta on the song Trunkle Funk. I was wondering, how did yourself and Hatta get connected?
Right there.
And I have to ask, what was it like just working with Hatta on that project? Because I got to say, you guys had such phenomenal chemistry on that single.
Yeah, I like that song. You know, I just, like I said, when I got to Houston, I was more or less like, I'm from the Midwest, so we just pick it with everybody. You know, I was spoiled to rap a lot, but I also knew a lot of the artists. So, you know, Matt Hatta being on the radio and Biggie coming and saying, what's 350 and this and that, like, it was connecting me with different people, and I didn't mind doing that song with Matt Hatta because he asked me, and I was like, I'm down. Just like with Big Mello, like, some people saw me and saw that gift and was like, I got to get her. I got to do a song with her. So I appreciate Matt Hatta for that, too. Holla at your boy or something.
I gotta say, I definitely hope you guys in the future actually do some more work together, because I gotta say, like I said, you guys have such phenomenal chemistry when you guys get together.
Oh, yeah, that was so long ago. Yeah, the Mad Scientist. It was a lot of people on that song. That's when I think Rap a Lot came up with that whole thing of having a lot of artists on one song.
And also as well, aside from the music industry, you also had the opportunity to actually work alongside Omar Gooding in the movie Mr. Postman. I was wondering, what actually made you decide to venture into the movie industry and, of course, be an actress?
Well, I've always acted and wanted to do acting. As you can see in the Facemob Other Side of the Law video, I was acting. Well, silent acting, but, you know, it's just something that I always wanted to do. So when Brian Berry asked me, you know, I want to be in it. I was like, yeah, and use my house in there. And, you know, it was a great opportunity. My brother Mafioso's in there, too. It was a great opportunity, and I love that movie's funny. And, you know, that experience. I'm ready for more acting gigs, you know, more hosting, tours, songwriting. I do it all.
And I have to ask, well, what was it like actually working alongside Omar Gooding, Cuba Gooding Jr.'s brother? Because I got to say, Omar is such a phenomenal actor and such a nice individual.
Yeah, he's so cool, and he raps too. So, you know, me and him have a cool friendship. You know, when I was out in Hollywood, I can holler at him or Walter Frank or even AJ, you know, like, and people who were big actors, you know, they still cool, you know. So I'm just looking forward to doing more films and more movies.
And I gotta say as well, you know, because if there is any individuals that are listening that do have like an up and coming film and kind of want to inquire about getting you on their next film, or at least be able to send you a script, how can listeners actually, how can these individuals get a hold of you to potentially get you in their next film?
Oh, definitely hit me up, you know, through Michelle at Arise, or you can hit me at DM me at 3Fifty. That's 3Fifty IG. You can also get to LMD at AOL, LMD Facemob at AOL. I got 3Fifty TV on YouTube. You can get to me, you know. You can get at me somehow. Just reach out.
And also, as well, immediately following this interview, I'm actually going to be playing one of your songs that you actually did alongside fellow Cleveland, Ohio MC Brains, titled "I'm So Dope." For the listeners that haven't had the opportunity to hear this song, what can they expect from this song when they hear it right here on the FM dial?
Yeah, I did not see. This is what I'm talking about. I'm so dope. Thank you. Shout out to Brains, Davis Brains, MC Brains. He definitely hooked me up with this song. I love this song. It's just, I think everybody gonna love this song. I'm so dope. You know, if you don't like that, I got a whole bunch. You just gotta Google 350 Facemob, and you'll hear more songs. Like the song I did with the Lady of Rage. That song hot too, called Ain't Right, and that's with Miss Zila, rest in peace. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of songs out there, and then you bringing this one up. I love that. I'm so dope. I love that song.
Hey, we got Cleveland in the house right now, so you know I gotta give the listeners a double dose of Cleveland tonight.
Yeah, Cleveland, Ohio. You know, we got 107.9. I'm shouting out Canada, though. Thank you for the love, and anybody out there, hey, I could come through and hang out. You know what I mean? They have a 350 night. We could talk about all of this.
But I have to ask, what is next for yourself, 3Fifty? Is there anything we happen to miss during this interview? Anything else you do still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on the Canadian airwaves this evening.
Well, I'm pushing me, you know, as 3Fifty, as a independent artist. I got that new song, Getterella, out now. I'm on DistroKid. You can find me on YouTube, like I said, Spotify. Just connect and listen to my music. I'm on #1 music with the song Faith. I'm just trying to get out here and do my thing as a solo artist because I never got a chance to do that, and that was my dream. So I'm just working on my solo career, you know, and just hoping that people can feel my music because we're at a certain age, you know, and I'm still catering to those people that are that age and anybody else who can feel it. You know, I got 3 skis, my fans that are young and old, and it doesn't matter. I'm going to keep putting out music. I'm going to keep doing any and everything I can to feed you the good fit. Oh, can I cuss? The good stuff.
We are completely uncensored. Sorry, so definitely have at it.
I knew that. So yeah, listen to my shit. 350 Facemob. Just Google me. Follow me on Instagram. I'm on TikTok too. 3Fifty. I'm ready, like I said, for hosting, for tours. I also songwrite and do music. I did a song with a guy in Hollywood. You can Google too, OG Poppy. We did that song, Hood Rich. It's just all love. I'm just trying to keep doing my thing. I ain't never going to stop. You know what I mean?
And also, 350, I gotta say first and foremost, thank you so much for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening and sliding into the 97.7 FM airwaves. This was an absolute honor and most definitely a privilege, and hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon.
Heck yeah, because I got a lot of people to shout out, like my daughter, Sweet and Sugar, and my mama, Mommy Oso. I'm shouting out, I'm Green Tech, Warren Lee, and Michelle, I said Tad, the Alcoholics, SCT, Steve Turner, Terry Dennis, Bone Thugs Harmony, Avant, them my people, Insomniac from IR Radio, just everybody, Canada, Prescott, y'all. I'm loving the love. I really appreciate everything that y'all doing with my music, playing it, letting people know I'm still out here. I really am thankful for this moment. And yeah, we got to do it again. We got to do it again.
Hey, you already know. I only touched base on a sliver of your legendary career here this evening, so I already know there's much more we can actually touch on and talk about come next time.
Yeah, most def. Yeah, most def. We got to.
But I gotta say, first and foremost, 350, thank you so much for just giving us a bit of your Sunday night this evening. I gotta say, thank you so much, and definitely have yourself a wonderful night as well out there in Cleveland.
You too. I can't wait to meet you, DJ Immortal. Canada, turn up. Cleveland, Ohio, turn up.
Hey, you already know. We're about to turn up right here, right now. 350 featuring MC Brains on 97.7 FM. Thank you so much, 350. Have yourself a wonderful night, and of course, a wonderful week as well.
All right, you too.